today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We're underway on EA Sports. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Chargers set to go on offense for the first time, and they are led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020. Now in his second season out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And is that Jones, the one slow to get up? Yes, Julio's still down right now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This pass finds its way to Williams. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was the rookie, Najee Harris, who finished it off with a touchdown run. And here comes a return. Oh, that is going to be a safety. The last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, this is Harris. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Herbert now. He gets it complete to Harris. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. From the shotgun, Wilson flush to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, it's 9-0. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. 10. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep it from going all the way.
You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. Herbert. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A huge play there for Denver.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was the rookie Javonte Williams who finished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The throw over the middle taken in, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert finding Williams once more, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Herbert's throw taken in by Samuel. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Herbert has it knocked free. It's picked up by the Broncos. The big fella past the 20.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Eluding the pressure right, and that is incomplete. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way. as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. That's Samuel, caught left side. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. That swung out wide to Harris. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Complete. It's Johnson. So we're at, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more pressure.
Touchdown, Broncos! Albert Okuegbuna, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Again, it's Harris on second down. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. this is back to a 5-point game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring it to...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. This pass caught by Hamler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he gives this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back,
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Herbert. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side, and he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Herbert. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now it's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Herbert throwing again. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. They're going to run it with Harris. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing now is Wilson.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position?
Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down 24-21. A little under a minute to go. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Now Wilson. That's going to be caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow.
Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for two. Wilson to throw. And now it's incomplete. So they can't convert for two, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the fourth. So the inability there to get the two-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful.
Chargers offense back onto the field.
They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Herbert going to throw.
Out left, he's got it to Everett.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Pass complete to Harris.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Throwing, Herbert.
Here's Johnson with a reception.